stop this conversation. We got no relation.
Hey everyone, welcome back to Harles Garage. While I love driving my 392 Daytona Charger, I hate the brake dust that the stock 6-piston Brembo brakes produce. Even after washing, the brake dust always remains. That's why, today, I'm installing these Powerstop Z26 brake pads. These are carbon ceramic pads with a stainless steel backing and produce way less dust. To change the pads, you need a 13mm socket, some punches, a hammer or rubber mallet. So let's begin. I first started by jacking up the car and removing the tires and placed the car on jack stands. With the tires removed, you can see how much brake dust there really was. I began on the passenger side. I started by loosening the center bolt with a 13mm socket. With the bolt removed, I then took a hammer and a punch to remove the pins on the caliper. When one pin is removed, the other slips out pretty easily, and then you're able to completely remove the bracket that holds the pads in. I then wiggled the pads out. Again, I didn't have any performance issues with these pads. In fact, they stopped very well. However, they produce way too much brake dust. With the pads out, I then compressed the pistons with my hands so that the new pads would slide right in. I forgot to show it on camera, but the Z26 pads come with some lubricant that you place on the stainless steel side of the pads as well as on the pins and other hardware. With the pads back in the caliper and lined up, I then reinstalled the hardware and pins and then torqued the center bolt back in. I then repeated the process on the driver's side, front caliper. On this one, after removing the bolt and pin, I had a bit of trouble getting the pads out and took a little bit more effort to finally get it free. Off camera, I was eventually able to push the pistons down and slide the pad right out. You can see how this pad is chipped at the top. I'm not sure what has caused this, and I've only had about 15,000 miles on the pads. But anyway, with the new pads in the front, I then continued the process to the back pads. The back pads are even easier to change. Just remove the two pins, the old pads slide out, and the new ones slide in. I will say, pushing the pins back in was a little bit more difficult though, because my hammer kept hitting the plastic wheel liner trim. I just had to hold the hammer at an awkward angle to make it work. Also, while the wheels were off, I took advantage of that and got them super clean. With the wheels clean and free of all that brake dust, I reinstalled them on the car so I could get ready for the break-in procedure. I torqued all the lug nuts 115 foot-pounds. Now for the break-in procedure. The break-in procedure is critical to brake performance. The reason for a proper break-in is to establish an even layer of friction material deposited on the rotors from the brake pads. First, you start by conducting 5 moderate to aggressive stops from 40 miles an hour down to 10 in rapid succession without letting the brakes cool, and do not come to a complete stop. Then, do 5 more moderate stops from 35 to 5 miles an hour in rapid succession without letting the brakes cool. Then you finish by letting the brakes cool for about 5 minutes. After this, you can use them normally. I'm happy to say that since the install, I've put over 100 miles on these brakes and I'm not seeing any dust at all, but they still provide amazing performance. I highly recommend you check out these pads for your car. Thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe, and I'll catch y'all in the next video.